Right. Hi, and welcome to Drills Bits, the second episode. I'm here with Danxig, the measuring machine. How are you doing, Danxig?
Miserable.
Is that it? So, Danxig, how did you come up with the name Danxig?
Originally, I was wrestling as Craig Winters when I started, which was in RWA. And the first place that I worked outside of RWA was here at BWP. And they already had a guy wrestling here called Seb Winters or Sebastian Winters, I don't know. So Steve, who runs BWP, wanted me to pick a different name. I was having a bit of a Misfits phase at the time. The original singer of the Misfits was Glenn Danxig, so I thought I'll have that. I originally came in with a friend I was Craig Danxig, and we had Ron Danxig, who was Luke Ronnet in RWA. He packed in, but I kept the name. And so when I came back here about a year or two ago, I decided to stick with Danxig, but to change it, spelling it with an X so it didn't. So, say for example, if you were to search it, the idea is if you search it on Google or whatever the fuck, then it's going to come up as that. I'm not Glenn Danxig. But that doesn't happen because when you type it in, it says, "Did you mean Danxig?" with the fucking Z. So it's fucked anyway. But whatever. That's why it's Glenn Danxig. That's I nicked it. Sorry.
Why are you called a measuring machine? Are you always measuring?
Yeah. Yeah, more or less. That's the how I sounded. It originally fits in with the way the character is, I suppose. I've always been heel. Yeah. Always, never ever. I've never ever worked as a basis anywhere. That's just the kind of, I don't know, that's just kind of feel like the character goes for all the time. Like a miserable, ugly, scruffy kind of dark vibe all the time. I thought it just sounded cool with the two M's and whatever. So. Yeah.
Do you think the Danxig character will become a thing? Can it even happen?
I suppose it could do. Yeah, you could do anything with wrestling. I suppose I firmly believe that you can do most things in wrestling. To be honest with you, it's a lot more flexible than people would have you believe at first, but I think naturally I feel more comfortable being here, obviously because that's more or less all I've done, but I suppose there's always the opportunity there to do that, but it has to be the right situation.
Cool. So what does Danxig do when he's not wrestling? What does he get up to?
What does Danxig do? What do I do?
Well, what do you do?
I work at Jaguar Land Rover, putting bumpers on cars over and over again. I've always been in bands from the age of being 13, more or less. I've always played guitar or something, so I've just recently started a new band up, which hasn't really been promoted or anything yet, but by the time you put this on, it might be, so the band is called Forever in Debt, so if you want to go on Facebook and like it or whatever, then go ahead and do that. But that's what I do in my spare time. Yeah. You asked.
So, am I right in saying that you actually quit wrestling and decided to pursue your career in a band?
Well, like I said, I've always been in bands from being, as far as I can really remember, from being like 13, 14 in that sense. So I'm always doing that, and then I started wrestling probably around, I would say probably about 2009.
Yeah.
So I started at RWA. I wrestled there for just training, doing like training shows and what have you for about, I would say like a year or so, whatever. Started working at BWP, and I got to like a certain level, but I wasn't really getting booked anywhere else. I was alright to a point, but I think I got a little bit disillusioned with it, and at the same time I'd started a new band which was starting to pick up, and I was like working like long hours, and it was difficult to manage everything, and I figured I'm not really putting everything into it. I'm not feeling the way that I should feel to be doing this, you know what I mean? I'm just a fucking waste. It was a waste of me being there, really. So I stopped. I just carried on with doing band stuff. Steve from BWP reached out to me a few times asking if I'd be interested in coming back at any point in some kind of guise, and there was a couple of times where he asked and it didn't really, wasn't something I wanted to do. And I think I was in London on a holiday or so, I was like out, I was away, but I seem to remember being messaged and being pitched an idea which somehow eventually became what the League of Violence is now, which is what we're doing now. And I was like, I just said I'd think about it because I had been somewhat thinking about the idea of coming back. I eventually took him up on it and came up with a kind of gimmick or whatever for the League of Violence, and like the way that it looked, because it used to have like long hair and so I had to like kind of figure out how I was going to look and what I was going to go about it, and I went about making myself look a bit more the part, because I'm not fucking Brock Lesnar, but I'm not in particularly good shape, but I was in awful shape when like last time round, so I made a point to get myself in half decent shape, get like a concept behind what I was going to do and do it properly. So then we decided to start back, drafted you and originally Timon in to be like the henchman or whatever of the group. So I'm just gone from there, and from there I've started working a few other places. So I think I've done better this spell round than I did previously. But I did stop for about 2 years probably that I stopped. In the meantime I was in a band called the Jeffrey Uppercut, so if you want to go listen to that, then go listen to that as well. That's what I was doing when I wasn't doing this.
So you talk about the League of Violence. How is that going at the moment? How's it going, and how far do you think the League of Violence can keep going? Does that make sense?
In the way that we're doing it BWP, I think it's done very well. I think it hit like a really good point probably at the beginning of this year when we because the whole thing was doing a feud with Dylan Roberts, and we had it lasted about a year. We ended up having a blow-off match, and Dylan left BWP. That was the main objective in the first place when we did the League of Violence, was that feud. That was the idea of why we were doing it. Now there's plans going forward to do things. I can't obviously. It's a waste of fucking time if we start telling people what we're going to do.
We don't want to do that, do we?
But there's all the similar type.
Is it looking exciting?
Yeah, it's looking exciting. Of course, it's looking fucking exciting. But yeah, as well as that though, a similar kind of gimmick, like that idea of doing something similar in GPW.
Yeah.
And it's that kind of idea, that gimmick is a cool thing that you can port over into all in different guises and do it in slightly different ways, but the visual aesthetic and everything of it and the general idea, I think, is something that you can work with and tinker with in all different kinds of ways, and do it here in different guises or do it somewhere else. There's loads of things that can be done with it, so I'm quite proud of it. I think it could be done better than it's being done now. I think we can do it better.
Yeah.
But I've seen similar things done 100 times worse, so I'm quite happy with it.
Cool. So, at the moment, you're pretty successful in all the companies. You're getting a big push. You're at top of the bill on most companies. Where do you see yourself in about 3 to 5 years in the wrestling business?
I think I could do quite well at BWP. I've been pushed or whatever in BWP. I do quite well here. Come straight into GPW and started doing well there, more or less immediately. Yeah. I work quite a bit in Just Do as well. Do all right there, and Pro Wrestling for You. Yeah, started up a similar kind of thing to the League of Violence there called The Sickness, so check that out as well.
Alright,
I don't know, I think in 3 to 5 years, I think we just have to see. I'm not on the I'm not the kind of person who, I don't think I'm going to be dominant getting signed, that's not.
Yeah.
I think I'm 27 now, I think. I'm not in good enough shape, I'm not in a good enough position as it is right now to do that. I don't think I really want to. I think if you'd asked me 6, 7 years ago, what do you know, when I first started wrestling, do you want to get to that? I'd probably said, yeah. Probably wouldn't have thought I could, but I don't think I'm in a position now. I think because I've flipped too many things.
Yeah.
I think I'm at a certain level, I do alright, which I suppose is alright to a degree. I'd like to continue getting better and doing whatever I can do, but we'll just have to see how it goes.
Just go with the flow?
Yeah, I'm just going to go with the flow with it, really. I'm not... Some people who, in this country, I think, who have got the sights set on that kind of thing, who definitely can do that. Like, you know, people like that, I know people like that. People could go on to do things like that, but I don't think that's something that I'm going to be doing. So.
Cool. Are you ready for some questions from the fans?
Yeah.
First one is, keeps pestering me said this. So this is a stupid question. I don't know how I'm going to ask you this, but how big is Batista's dick?
Massive.
Don't get me wrong, I've got it in for you.
Veiny, it's got fucking tribal all over it. Fake tan a lot.
Big mushroom tip.
Yeah, asthma, everything.
What do your tattoos mean?
All of them.
Yeah, why not? Or just the ones you like.
I've got the one that everyone would see as far as wrestling is concerned is the big dog shit thing across my stomach that says "Fight off your demons." I think people just see the demons bit a lot.
That's how I see the demons.
When it says "Fight off your demons,"
what does that mean?
It means what it says.
It's a stupid question.
No, I got it started. I don't really like it, but I do in a weird way. I like things to look scruffy a little bit, as you can probably tell. But I don't know. It's not something I like a great deal, but it means what it fucking says. I've got a sleeve on this arm, which I can't really show you now. I've got the Misfit skull there, which links in with the danxig thing, I suppose. I've got a portrait of Alex from Clockwork Orange on my arm. I've got a moon with what looks to be the 8th house and witness. It's not the 8th house and witness, but it looks like it. Kind of an homage as to where it's from. I've got a portrait of Alex Ferguson, which gets either overwhelmingly positive reaction or an awful reaction, depending on who you are. And I've got one magpie there, because it's supposed to be bad luck, this is one, so I got one.
Lovely.
I got Live Hard, which is the name of the first Jeffrey Uppercut release. So I got that tattooed on me as well. And a really awful portrait of Johnny Cash, which is just fucking horrendous. And I've got some shitey angel thing on my arm with leaves around it, which is awful.
So you haven't finished, is it?
Got it when I was like 18, it's shit. This arm's good. Right, just ignore the rest. Yeah.
Ignore the rest. Alright then. Janetta. I don't know how to say it. Jeanette. Why can't you start the fight? You only come in when... Oh, start again. Why can't you start the fight only coming in the ring to take the glory after drilling Troy all the end?
No drilling you. I just want people to see how good you are first. That's all that it is. I just want people to see how good Drill is. He goes in, shows off his goods, and then I come in and I just modestly take, I'll just finish the job off. But I'm not using you out like that, though. I want you to feel like
I feel like I'm being used like that. I think you're a bastard.
You'll have a word after.
Chloe says, why are you always scurrying?
It's just how I am, I think. A lot of people say that. A lot of people just say he's a dickhead.
Max
Some of them say I'm scary.
Max says, are you his friend? He likes you at every event.
If he likes me, then I'm happy that he likes me, but I don't like anybody.
But says, do you always want to spit?
I can't, sorry. What? That fucking blue bottle just landed on your head. And it was so perfect. I wish it had stayed there for the duration of it.
Why didn't you tell him?
I just fucking did. As soon as it landed, I went,
I didn't feel it. Wasn't that big, was it? Fucking hell. But Bridge says, do you always want to spit? What's wrong with you?
I've been told off many times for this. it's either been encouraged or greatly discouraged by people. I think it works. Whatever. So no, Bert, I won't stop spitting.
I think this is more or less the same as the last question. Why does he always put yourself and, well, me and Troy in the line of fire before yourself?
Just answer this question.
I'm just pulling it there.
Exactly the same one. Shush.
Chill out. I think that's it.
Just dead out this stuff.
There's not really much.
Definitely more questions. You're not very shush on this, are you?
Shush. Right, that's really all.
This is it. No, fucking right.
All the other questions are more or less the same.
This is why you get thrown in the line of fire all the time. This is why.
Should be fair. I've got
Someone's going to get filled in. It's not going to be me.
Three questions left. The most important ones.
Okay, go.
What was your greatest ever match you ever had?
I very rarely like anything that I've done. Like, honest to God, I'll come back from something to go, that was really good. And then I'll watch it and go, no, I hate everything about it, that was awful, which works in some sense because I suppose that's the only way people get better. If I walk back and looked at everything and went, oh, that's brilliant, then I don't think you get anywhere. But I think the last match I ever done obviously was probably the highlight so far, because everything in the match achieved what it was supposed to achieve. It got the right reaction from everyone involved, and we built to it for that long, and it was a good feeling for it to pay off so well after putting so much effort in. To me, that's why I like wrestling. I like getting a reaction out of people on a big scale like that, from building towards it for a long time and carefully planning things and putting things in place. For me, that's what I enjoy, so that was probably a highlight for me. But there's probably other things where people go, that was really good, and I was like, yeah, that was a good thing that I did. But I very rarely can watch something without going, nope, turn it off because I hate it. So.
What is the greatest match you've ever seen anywhere? WWE, TNA, Ring of Honor, in the UK?
I'm going to be really boring and say my favourite. I can't just say the best because my favourite is Austin versus Bret Hart in WrestleMania 13. I love the finish so much.
Cool. Last question. Who will be your dream match against?
Shawn Michaels, just because he's Shawn Michaels. He's the best, for my money, he's the best wrestler that's ever been. So,
would you give any guys that or been training a year, whatever, what advice would you give them?
Yeah, my advice to someone starting now is, this is going to get something wrong, probably, but whatever. I think that if you want to be a wrestler in the sense that you want to work all over the country, you want to go to different places, you want to do this, you want to do that. That's when you decide, I'm going to go to a wrestling school, and you go online, you look and search where's near you or where's a good place to train, whatever. If your idea when you do that is, I want to wrestle and I want my friends to see me, then ignore this advice entirely. There's nothing wrong with that, but ignore that. If that's what you want to do, cool, fine. I think if people want to, if their idea is, I want to become a professional wrestler, I want to go here, I want to go there, I want to maybe make some money, down the line, in like the sense that you can make like a proper living out of it, or even if not, if you want to just work indies in England, do whatever, don't get stuck in the trap of going to a training school and staying there forever. I mean, people are going to think this is about my training school. I can tell, I'm not going to, but I can say about 4 different places right now that have this kind of idea that you should start, you should start here and don't go anywhere else because you're ours. And if you do, then it's like some weird fucking brainwashing cult thing. You can't go anywhere else, you can't do anything, and it's bollocks. It's bollocks, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It is bollocks. If you wanted to be a wrestler, when I was a kid, if I wanted to be a wrestler, my idea of being a wrestler wasn't training and then working trainee shows or only for the company that you train for years and years and years and years on end, in fear of being looked at differently for having the audacity to want to go out and explore and do what you wanted to do in the first place. So that would be my advice. Okay, I'm not really in a position to be giving a lot of advice because I don't think I'm very fucking good, but out of just my opinion and from what I've seen firsthand from several people from several different places, is that don't get stuck being in the same place in 7 years. If that's what you wanted to do, then fine, like I said, but if you want to be a proper wrestler, then don't get stuck there because people end up turning bitter and it's not nice. And it's not nice if that's what you wanted to do and you don't end up doing it out of fear of being looked at differently or whatever, then you fucked it for yourself basically, so don't do that.
Well, there you go. Well, that's Danxig, this is Drill, and this is Drill Bits. Catch you down the road.